Today in the shop, I've got a Starcaster by Fender. Customer says there's some buzzing going on. We're going to take a look and see if I can't figure out what's causing it, what I need to do to fix it. Stick around. Hey everybody, I'm Brant. And today I've got Starcaster by Fender. Now, normally I'd give you a whole bunch of specs and what the body's made out of and all that sort of stuff. However, although this does have a serial number on the back, you can see it right there, it's on a sticker. And when I put it in the serial number lookup, no information comes back on this guitar. I am not going to be able to research all the different specs on this guitar. I'm just going to go ahead and give a little sound sample of what's going on now, and then we'll take a look at it on the bench and see what it sounds like when I'm done. One thing I want to do before I turn this on is the customer was mentioning to me that the buzzing seems to be worse when it's not plugged in. So I'm going to see if you can hear it on my microphone. Hopefully you can. Can you hear that? And it seems to be pretty consistent along the low E string. So I've plugged it into the amp. I'm just going to let you hear what it sounds like on a clean channel, starting in the neck position. All right, we're in the middle position. A lot quieter, and funnily enough, that middle pickup is really, really low. Not sure why these pickups are set this way. Who would have done that? Oh well. Bridge position, clean channel still. Actually, I think these pickups sound pretty good. Okay, so I have actually lowered the pickup some and tested it out, and I still have a bit of fret buzz. So I am going to, first of all, check the fret levels and file some of these fret edges off. These are pretty sharp, so I'm just going to be using my beveling tool. See if I can't knock some of that off. All right, and let's check the fret levels. Let's see what we've got. And at that point, if I see some high frets, which I suspect I'm going to, not there. Got one there. Okay, everything looks good there. So I'm going to go ahead and polish these guys, and then we'll start cleaning up the guitar. so I ran into some issues after I had done the fret leveling and everything, changed the strings. I checked the neck level. It seemed to have a slight bit of relief. And I still had some fret buzz on the low E, especially. I've checked to see if I can give the guitar more relief, and either I'd be surprised because I've used them on Fenders before. I don't have an Allen key that will fit in this truss rod. It feels like I maybe have gotten it to fit, but it doesn't turn at all. And the interesting thing the customer told me was that when he bought this guitar, they told him that it was fully adjusted on the neck. And I don't know what they meant by that. His interpretation of that was that it's been turned all the way it can turn. So I don't know if there's something wrong with the truss rod. Anyway, so I'm double checked the frets, and there were a couple little tiny bits of rocking, and so I've readdressed those. Everything is super level now. And I am going to tighten the strings on this, check the neck level again, and see if we still have string buzz. Beyond that, my only other option is taking off the neck and seeing if there's something going on down here, if there's something in the pocket. I don't know. I'm a little stuck. And having been a little stuck, it just so happened that last night when I was working on this, my buddy Ted over at Ted Talks Guitars and Life messaged me about something that he was working on. Just kind of saying, hey. And I told him about this guitar, and he said, call me up. Should we do a Zoom meeting? So we had a little impromptu Zoom meeting last night. We discussed some options. He gave me some advice, some things to look for. Some of the concerns I have based on that conversation, and I got to say thank you, Ted, for that, because that was really nice. He wanted to rope J-Man into it as well, but J-Man was playing a gig last night, which I thought was fantastic. Just amazing. God, I love this community, this guitar community. It's so freaking awesome. But he gave me some pointers, and some of the concerns I have based on our conversation is, one, there's a twist in the neck, or I'm a little concerned that there's something wrong with the truss rod. Second, it's possible this low E, the nut is cut too low. I do not have very much, if any, clearance when fretting the third fret on the low E string. It's very much almost touching. And so I wonder if that's an issue. I might try and stick a little something in there, in that slot, to see if I can get the E string to ride a little bit higher. If that corrects it, and then I can be a little bit more sure that might be the problem. But anyway, so or there's something going on in the neck bucket. So let me tighten these back up and check things and see where we're at, and then I'll get back to you. So I've tightened everything up, checked the neck level. That looks pretty good. I will say the buzzing is a little bit more slight. The string action is a bit high. It's a little over 2 millimeters on the low E at the 12th fret, which is higher than I would like. But when I try to lower it down to just 2, a lot of the buzzing comes back. And at this point, I don't think it's worth checking the neck and going into all the things. I've spent a lot of time on this guitar. And I hate to have it not perfect, but it worries me that I can't move that truss rod. And I really don't want to start taking off the neck and getting into all that if that's an issue. So I'm going to call it here and chalk this one up to not perfect, but better than it was. And yeah, hopefully the customer is okay with that. I am not charging regular prices. I am pretty cheap. Anyway, let me get it plugged in and we'll see what it sounds like. So still just a slight bit of buzz on the low E. Just not when open, but fretting. I don't know if that's coming through. Just a little bit. But I really don't feel comfortable messing with that truss rod, being that this isn't my guitar. So I've gotten it the best that I can with my skill level, my abilities at this point without potentially tearing something up. So anyway, let's see, just see real quick what it sounds like in the neck position. Middle. Bridge. Let's put some effects on. Anyway, that's the Starcaster by Fender. Nice little cleanup job, but couldn't fix all the issues the way that I wanted to. Did improve some things. But honestly, I think there might be something going on with the truss rod, possibly the neck. Maybe it's me, maybe it's user error, but I could not get that truss rod to turn. I'm not sure what's going on there, and I really don't want to mess with it any further in case it goes sideways. I really wanted to take a moment and give a big shout out to Ted over at Ted Talks Guitars in Life. Honestly, if you're watching me, you should be watching his channel in addition to mine. But he is he's a fantastic human being. I really appreciate all the help and advice. You know, he texted me first thing this morning, like, how's it going? And, you know, where are you with it? And I'm like, I just woke up, man. I haven't started on it yet. But a really, really generous, a genuine, kind, helpful human being. And we need more like him on this planet. Really, really appreciate him. And for that matter, the entire guitar community on YouTube that I interact with on a regular basis. These guys are fantastic. So helpful and knowledgeable and willing to share. So thank you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions of what I could have done differently or what maybe I should have checked that I didn't mention, please leave it in the comments below. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Cheers.